Hey class, thanks for joining me here today. I want to talk today about engineering notebooks and portfolios and how we document in engineering. We talk about the two primary ways that we document engineering. It's one, through your portfolios, and through also your engineering notebooks. Your portfolios will highlight things that we do together in class that show kind of the evolution of your knowledge, and rather than just the final answers that you get. Your engineering notebooks, though, will highlight the design process and kind of the steps that you take in your designs. With your engineering notebooks, we teach you what we call industry standard methods, in that what we talk about and how we set up our engineering notebooks is the same in high school, it's the same in college, and when you get paid to do engineering, it will be the exact same way that you set up your engineering notebook too. The basics of your engineering notebook: the front cover should have taped in there the PLTW design process outline. And in the first page, it will highlight your table of contents, or this is something that will grow as you work through your designs and will identify the pages and the design on those pages. You'll notice when you turn to that first page, there's nothing written on that left side. In an engineering notebook, you do not write on the left side of a page. The reason why is that's because that's the way industry does it. So that's the way we're going to do it. If you want more specifics, talk to Mr. Ailing, because he has a much more drawn out answer than that. But main point, you only write on the right side of a page when you open it up. Now, the general format of a page. Every single page, on the right hand side pages, will always have a section heading and a page number at the very top. Towards the bottom, you'll see on the bottom right will always be proprietary information. Proprietary information literally means what is the name of your design. Also on the bottom, you'll see that there's a spot for your designer or engineer to sign and a witness. With every signature should also come a date. Then you also have items of continued to and continued from. After every single day, your engineer and your witness will sign a finished page. Not at the end of a design, not when your engineering notebook is done, or not just to scramble when your engineering notebook is being collected. At the end of every single day, any finished pages should be signed. You'll also see those continued to and continued from. Those will identify if a section takes more than one page, you need to identify where does that section continue to. On the page that it's actually continuing to, you will say continued from. Before we go any further, take a moment and with that sample engineering notebook page, identify these parts on your sample page. Go. When it comes to work on individual pages in your engineering notebook, know that a good engineer works from left to right and top to bottom, and always leave space at the bottom for that designer or engineer to sign and date, along with a witness, sign and date. Also in the bottom right should always have that proprietary information. Don't overload your pages. Be okay with leaving sometimes a blank and going on to the next page. Now with every design that we do, there always will be a rubric, or what are the expectations for each one of the sections to help kind of guide you through your design. You'll see that every single rubric will have the design sections and what goes into those sections. You'll notice in the brainstorm section, it talks about 5 to 10 brainstorm sketches. 5 to 10 means 5 is the minimum. If you choose to do minimum work, also know that you're also choosing the minimum grade when it comes to that, roughly around kind of the C range. So there's a point where we want to make sure that you are getting enough content and enough ideas out, but we also don't want to hold you back from getting to your actual building of your designs. Now, let's look at some actual design or engineering notebooks in themselves. Here's an example of a good engineering notebook. Before we go any further, take a quick moment and pause, and I want you to pick out 3 elements that you feel this engineering notebook did well. Go. Now, this is an example of the bad. On this engineering notebook page, you can see that there are things that are wrong with the way they set this page up. Before we go any further, pick out 3 things that this engineering notebook is missing or they did incorrectly. Go. Lastly, here's an ugly example. Pick out the major thing that this book did wrong. Go. All right, that's all I want to get to when we talk about portfolios and your notebooks. Know that here are the kind of common mistakes we see with students when they set up their engineering notebooks, between being neat, labeling their pictures, and signing and dating as a designer and witness. These are common sources of error, so don't become a statistic, and know that an engineering notebook represents you and your good work. Make sure you're doing these things to represent your work the way you want it to be represented. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in class.